Leading us off, Mike Brown on the Yamaha. He heads down Glen Crutchery Road.
He received a 30-second time penalty for speeding in the pit stop in that first race. He'll be keen to make amends for that one, Andrew.
He certainly will. Paul Jordan off the line next, and then up to the line, Dean Harrison. What has Harrison got? Gets into that crash position, means business off the line. He was right there on that one camera, but that pace has got to continue longer if he wants to get the job done this time.
Well, that's the question we're all asking ourselves. Can Dean hold that pace? We know how quick he is in the first sector. He's going to need to hold it that fast through every sector and every lap to take on the speed of Michael Dunlop in this Supersport class.
What a way to start your race, down Bray Hill and over Agos it really is. Here is Dunlop, the man who won just on Tuesday, the last encounter, the first of the Monster Energy Supersport races. He was very much the favourite on the smaller bikes, so in Supersport and in Sport Bike during practice week. Of course, we just haven't seen enough for race week to see whether that form was going to continue. Josh Brooks off the line on the Suzuki.
Great to see so many manufacturers in this race, so many different bikes competing.
And now up to the line, Pete Hickman. Now, Hickman the other day fought his way back onto the podium, didn't he? But he wasn't ever threatening the pace of the top two, but also seemed pretty happy with that.
Yeah, he seemed happy. He's been building all week, returning from injury, and he was fast on that triumph. It just took him a lap or so to find his feet, if you like. Riding on board with Pete now down Bray Hill. That first lap, chase the curb, flick it in, apex about a metre off the curb, brace yourself up over Agos leg. Michael Dunlop back, stepped out. Wow, he is pushing.
And he backs it in through Glen Helen as well, so Dunlop's definitely on it, but Harrison leads by 1.4 seconds. Harrison is your leader, Paul Jordan 3.6 back, then Jamie Coward and Dave O'Johnson. So I say Mike Brown will try and get some data. We've got a timing screen, it won't show on your graphics, but we can see roughly where he is. And it looks like he's in P5 at the minute, so P5 or P4 roughly. They'll be manually timing him, so that's a bit of a shame for him. Be hard for his team giving him splits as well without the accurate data.
Yeah, he won't be able to receive any pit boards because the team won't be able to get that information. You see now Pete Hickman, he comes through. Now where does he drop into the timing screen there, Andrew?
P3.
P3, yep.
They're coming into shot side by side. Dean has just passed Mike Brown into pits just to make sure and get right down onto that speed limiter there. And Mike lost a little bit of time, probably just a little bit anxious from the first pit stop where he got that 30-second time penalty straight away. And behind us, Paul Jordan's just coming into shot now. But the guys seem to be pretty calm here, sharing a little bit of information. Obviously, there's no rear tyre getting done in the Supersport race, so this is just a race now to get the fuel into that bike. And they've actually come out ahead of Dean Harrison, just missing the mechanic there. So a little bit of work of Dean here just to pass Mike Brown again. And Paul Jordan, I believe, has possibly made time up on both of them guys in the pits because he's got out just on the back of them. So see Michael Dunlop's already in the shot there as Jamie Coward comes in now on that beautiful little CBR 600 Honda. It'll be interesting to see if Jamie can just pinch a little bit of time in the pits now and try and get back on that toe, but it's not looking likely as Michael is just leaving the pits. So that was a pretty controlled stop there from Michael. You see he just pushed his left thumb down onto the handlebar there. That's where the pit lane limiter, and he even went a few metres across the pit lane just to be safe. As of now, everybody seems to be under control, and let's just wait and see if there's been any speed penalties in the pits.
So Harrison definitely, Cam, looking at the times, lost 7/10 on that grandstand split, so that was where he was in behind Mike Brown at those tight hairpins, not where he wanted to get caught. Now he's had to repass him at the bottom of Bray Hill, and we're waiting to see what Dunlop's pit time was as well in terms of, has there been any time made up or lost? Hickman exits the pits now. Sector times, we're waiting for Dunlop to come. He's got the lead. Dunlop then 1.7, so Harrison must have lost in the region of 5 seconds in the pits. That's mad.
That is a crushing blow for Dean Harrison. It really does appear that he's lost the bulk of that time during that refuel. It's just a splash and dash. There's no tyre changes, no visor change, but he's lost that time.
How, Cam? I don't understand how, unless the Honda has used so much more fuel than the Ducati, that it was less of a brim on the Ducati. I don't understand how you lose 5 seconds in there. I can't get my head around it.
I think Team Honda will be asking the same question after that pit stop, Andrew.
So the gap's going up just a little bit at the top of the board. From the mountain, this is Josh Brooks. Look how quick this is.
Yeah, and there's a man that certainly knows how to pilot a Supersport bike. We know him well from British Superbikes, but many don't realise back in 2008, third in the World Supersport Championship with a win at Donington back in the day. He knows this class well.
Yeah, he does. Very different venue to Donington, albeit, but yeah, he knows how to ride the bike, doesn't he? There is your man, Michael Dunlop. At the minute he leads. Can Harrison come back on the final lap? And that, unfortunately, is Connor Cummins in the pits and going no further. You with Dean Harrison, who put up a brilliant fight on lap one. What a fight. He was winning the fight on lap one. 5 seconds gone in the pits, and then the sector times just don't seem to have been there on lap two and lap three. He's not doing the times he was doing earlier on.
Yeah, we're unsure if he has an issue or not, but not the same pace.
You're on board with Harrison. Big blip of the revs as he comes down a cog in Glen Helen. Fantastic onboards, as always, here at the TT. Hickman down to the crossroads and turning right. There's a set of traffic lights there, which are switched off during the race. No distractions needed.
Absolutely not. Traffic lights not required. Dean Harrison down. Kurt Michael, look at it getting a little bit squirrely through there. You're raising over that hump, takes all the weight off the tyres as you're changing direction. Watch Michael Dunlop through the same section.
And Dunlop now with an 18.6 second lead, so unless there's some sort of disaster, he can even see his prey in front of him, Dean Harrison. This is what it's like to go through Kirkmichael. Enjoy this. Michael Dunlop comes through and the gap's gone up again, so I think Harrison's rolled off out of this now. Remember, Harrison has the senior to come later on today. 3 races in one day. He's not going to lose P2 to Hickman. He'd be well within his rights to do that. Here's Dunlop over the Solby Bridge, and that is having a laugh when you're that far up the road. Wow.
Michael Dunlop would have just caught a glimpse of Dean Harrison as they were heading down towards Hilbury. What a beautiful place to be for Michael. He knows as long as he keeps that rider ahead of him in sight, the race is his.
They're coming out from Governor's Dip then on this final of 3 laps. Dean Harrison has put up a big scrap, but since the pit stops, it has gone the way of Michael Dunlop. He is the dominant force in this category. This will be win number 17, but it's 10 in a row. Unstoppable Dunlop with a 35th TT win. What a brilliant ride. Michael Dunlop on the top step of the podium for the 2nd time this week. Dean Harrison a little way behind. Hickman in the mix as well. Mike Brownlow just got that position off Paul Jordan in the very last sector of the race.